Going live on Facebook. Right now. Right as we speak. In 3, 2, 1. Live.
Hi.
Hi. Today I have a very special guest, my beautiful sister-in-law and one of my best friends, Cano.
Cano.
Changed her name over a year ago. Today is our very first Table Talk Tuesday.
Dayna, can you please explain to us, what is Table Talk Tuesday?
So, Table Talk is a concept that we formed while traveling with my friends. So, you know how you guys will all get with like a group of people, and it could be your closest friends, or this even happens with our family. We'll get around and we'll just have like times where we have nothing to talk about. Like we hung out all day, or it's like a long vacation and we talked so much already.
And there's awkward silence.
There's the awkward silences, yes, and it'll still be with like your closest people. Well, this kept happening to us when we were on vacation in Vancouver. So we started this thing called Table Talk, where we would all just come up with like random conversation starters. And so the reason why I wanted to start Table Talk is multi-purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a word?
Yes.
Okay. That's a word now.
Yeah.
And the reason is, 1, to fill in those awkward silences, and 2, to get to know your friends better and ask them questions that you wouldn't normally ask, and 3, to just stem those conversations outside of that moment too, like just to encourage people to be more inquisitive and to get to know the history of our friends and family. Today, the very first Table Talk Tuesday topic is, what is something really disgusting that you've done?
Okay. Yes.
Really disgusting. As I've been planning the Table Talk, I've been thinking about different topics, and I did a couple disgusting things this weekend.
Okay. Please tell us.
Okay. So I went to a wedding on Friday. Congratulations, Kelly and Justin.
Beautiful wedding, beautiful couple.
It was. I had a little too much fun.
In a glass,
liquid form.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a little sicky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't control where my sickness was going.
Mm-hmm.
So some of it did get in my hair.
She has these beautiful extensions.
It's really gross.
Mm-hmm.
And what gets even grosser is the next day, I had a couple photo shoots, and I did not have time to wash my hair.
No, because what had happened is she had died.
Yeah, I died.
Yes.
I was a ghost.
She was a ghost.
I was haunting everybody.
Yes. So she had to go haunt people with her camera. Mm-hmm. And there was no time to come back to life before that happened.
Oh my God, it was so bad. So I just brushed it out, went about my day, tried to avoid getting close to anybody that whole day.
And also, 2 parts of this story. I was trying to pull the extensions out of the vomit. So the vomit was on my hands, and we were in the middle of nowhere, and I had to be in the car with my hands. And then
it's like an hour drive home too.
Yeah. So and then I was like starving, and I'm a mom, so I don't care about puke, but I just remember being like, wherever we can't get a drive-through because I have to go inside to wash my hands. So I had to go in a gas station to wash my hands and get a bag of pretzels. And all I wanted was McDonald's because I as well had fun in a glass. So everybody was gross.
It was really, really freaking gross. But I had no time. Like, I was dead and I still had to get up and like function. So there was no time. It takes me like 2 hours to do my hair. There was no time. I just put it in a ponytail, brushed
she
it out.
Used dry shampoo.
Covered it in dry shampoo.
Yes.
And went about my day.
Yes.
Furthermore, in that same day, I also dropped my cheese stick on the floor of my dad's car and picked it up and ate it. So I've just been really disgusting this weekend. So I wanted to talk about being disgusting.
Yes. The day of my wedding, I had this like corset dress with Spanx underneath because I wanted everything to be one giant lie. And once I was like tied into this like Game of Thrones style, there was no pulling the Spanx back down. So I got the Spanx with the hole in them.
Genius-ish.
But never not genius. Works. Because then when your dress is like out to here, I had to pee. And the ceremony was about to start. I was about to become Jonathan's wife. So I tried to like get on this toilet while people held my dress up, and I was like trying to, pee through this hole, and I didn't. So my maid of honor, Nikki Cunningham Smith, shout out, she was behind me holding my dress, and she was like, I don't hear your pee hitting the water. And I was like done peeing at this point. So I peed all down my Spanx, down my legs. I was covered in it.
They don't work.
Like my guests were seated, waiting to watch my wedding happen. So Dayna, who was my other maid of honor, and Nikki had to pull me in the back, hold my dress up. Dayna had to cut my pee Spanx off of my body.
Because she doesn't care about vomit. I don't care about pee.
Well, it's fine.
Auntie life, mom life,
That's
we're
what
used
happens.
to it.
That's what happens. She had to cut it off, and then she had to clean me up, help me. Then Nikki had to run in 95-degree weather in heels about a half mile away to her truck to find me underwear. It was terrible. And then,
it's a little gross, but what else could you have done?
But then I walked down the aisle, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, crying! This is beautiful. This is magical." And I probably still had pee on my legs.
Yeah, Evelyn said, "Did you become Mrs. with pee on you?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Well,
So-
we tried to clean it.
I used some baby wipes. Yeah,
There was baby wipes because once again, moms.
Yeah, but that
There's
definitely
baby wipes.
happened. Isn't it romantic?
Yeah.
Brittany says, yes, those Spanx do not work. They
No,
do not work.
It's one lie. One giant lie.
I've also peed on myself through those Spanx in NOLA. They don't work.
They don't work.
Brittany said her gross thing is popping other people's pimples and enjoying it.
Dayna pops my pimples all the time. I am 30 years old and I
like
cannot
it.
pop a pimple.
Brittany, I like it. It
I don't
is
know how.
gross. I'm just really gross, guys. Tell us your other gross stories. Kelly, tell us your gross story. Evelyn, what's your gross story? I do like the popping of the pimples or blisters, like stuff that pus comes out, or like
I like to peel scabs.
or like when people use like Q-tips and you see like all the earwax. Like I just feel like so validated that I'm like getting it all out.
So you know how you make your kids gross like you? I love Bentley gets the dirtiest ears of any person I know. I clean them ears and then we're so excited. He's like, "Let me see my potatoes." I pull them out and I show him. He is 8 years old. We have done this for like 8 years.
It's
and
so
we love it.
satisfying. It's satisfying to be gross.
Yeah.
Be gross.
We love it.
Jamie's just gonna judge us her whole life.
Evelyn says that the woman in the waiting room with her also finds this funny. You're welcome, ma'am. Follow Dayna of all trades.
The second Table Talk Tuesday topic that coincides with the first is what is your most embarrassing story? So it doesn't necessarily have to be something gross. And I think that I take the cake for the most embarrassing story, and I've also been telling it for 10 years, over 10 years, like 14 years now. As a tradition of high school graduation and high school prom, we always did post-prom at Six Flags. So at Six Flags one year, my entire school was there because it's after post-prom. Anybody that went to Bloom Trail, you know you were at Six Flags the day after prom. It was known. So my friends and I thought it would be really funny to walk like the monkeys and like overlap our feet like this. So we were doing that, and then we got all kind of crazy, and we all fell into like a dog pile on the ground, and I was at the bottom of the dog pile. Well, from laughing so hard, I ended up peeing my pants. I was a senior in high school. I had a 2-year-old son. I'm peeing my pants at Six Flags. And then it was real embarrassing. But to make all of it worse, my friend that was there with me just started yelling to everybody that I peed my pants. Dayna peed her pants. Nobody that knew that was around, they all knew now. Then like the juggler at Six Flags just wanted to like ease the tension of what was happening. She was like, "Oh my God, these girls fell. That's real embarrassing. Let me go make a joke out of it." She comes over and stands over me and juggles over me, bringing in all the crowds to come witness such glorious occasion. So I ended up buying like some pajama pants from Six Flags and wearing those for the rest of the day. Commando, real cute. And then by the time that I left, like my entire school just knew. And everybody that I saw that day, they were just like, "Oh my God, you peed your pants. You are a grown-ass woman." So that happened.
Kathy said she never went to prom, but have you ever peed your pants? You're not cool unless you pee your pants.
That's true. Adam Sandler says so. Jamie has a story.
One time my ex and I lived, oh, she's gone. Lived with a roommate, Ashley. We all had our toothbrushes in the toothbrush cup. Ashley and I shared toothbrushes. My boyfriend and I had shared toothbrushes. This is like an episode of How I Met Your Mother
It is.
where everybody used the one toothbrush.
Yes. This happens on Friends too, because How I Met Your Mother always copies Friends.
Oh, yeah. That'll happen.
Do you remember when I threw up in Megan's brand new car? Oh my God, yes. My friend Sam just said this. So our friend Megan got a new car, like a Ford Fusion, like right when they first came out. And we took Sam out drinking. It was the first time she drank after having a baby. So, you know, like she was sober for 9 months, right. 9-ish months, whatever. And we got super wasted and she threw up in the car, but we tried to like catch it in like a box or a bag, but it was liquid. So it just went right through and all over, like, luckily the floor of her new car. That sucks so bad. She didn't care though. She wasn't mad. She was just happy that she lived.
I've had a couple embarrassing moments. Sophomore year of high school at Turnabout, we were dancing to Get Low, and I had a strapless sweetheart necklace or neckline of a dress, and I was not wearing a bra because it didn't fit. And I was dancing, you know, the part where they're like, bend over to the front, touch your toes. I was following the instructions I was giving to the song.
You had to.
And as I did, I left my dress. And people saw this, and that was a topic for a while. And then another time.
I think this was before like Snapchat. And
hallelujah. Anybody who was an adolescent through like the social media like storm that has happened, God bless you.
Yeah, for real.
I'm so happy that this was not a thing.
No.
Another time. If my mom goes live and or watches this live, she's going to be so happy I'm telling the story. One time I was having fun in a cup and I was intoxicated and I was not of age. It was a little sneaky sneak. And I tried to break into my mom's house drunk, her old house, and to sleep. Not to do anything bad. I just was locked out. And she had a window air conditioner unit. And I was like trying to move it. And I like kind of broke it. And then I got on a chair. And then I was like trying to climb through the window. And I got stuck by my hips like Winnie the Pooh. And then I was like kicking my legs. And I knocked the chair over. And then I was like stuck hanging there. And then my stepdad found me like hours later.
I know it sounds really embarrassing. But it also sounds so cute.
It was cute.
Like a little booty just hanging.
Yeah, my mom, I just remember the next day, like, my stepdad was, like, super angry. I had, like, vomited in the backyard. It was terrible. And my stepdad was, like, super angry, and my mom was just, like, in hysterics. She's like, she is so dumb.
I mean, I think the embarrassment alone is, like, punishment enough, right? There was another one, too. Brittany said at Nick and Becky's wedding, she danced so hard she split the dress seams.
I've done this. My 8th grade
girl, big booty problems. Big booty problems.
It happens to the best of us. At my 8th grade dance in a circle, I got down to do the cry baby. Do you guys remember this one?
Yeah.
Are you getting on the floor? Okay, good. And I had ripped my pants, and I was wearing like huge floral granny panties, like the ugliest underwear, and everybody saw it.
Well, at least your booty was covered. My one friend doesn't drink that much, Kat, and when she does, she gets sick every time, which is why then she doesn't drink that much. So we were like going from like ignorant bliss, back when it was ignorant bliss, over to the tender trap, real winners. And she started getting sick. And this was in Jamie's boyfriend's car, and Jamie's boyfriend was in love with his car. Like, he was obsessed with it. It was really expensive. It was a really nice vehicle. So Kat started throwing up, and I thought I would be a really good friend and help her out. So I covered her mouth. Like, I don't know if I was trying to catch it or try and, like, keep it in. But either way, it did, like, a sprinkler effect.
Yes.
And instead of, like,
physics
confining it, it, like, splattered it all over. It was, like, on the roof. On everything, on me. Then we went in and just washed our hands and went on the dance floor and kept dancing.
Yeah, your friend Brittany also split her pants at a Chicago auto show. The same girl who split her dress at a wedding.
Big booty problems, girl.
This will happen. I was huge pregnant with Bentley, my first child, so I didn't know anything about labor or whatever. And Jonathan and I were watching a movie, and I sat down. I watched the whole movie. When the movie was over, I got up. And the chair was covered in like wet, saturated, and my pants were saturated, and I'm like out to here. So I'm like, did my water just break? Because I'm just dumb and don't know what it's like when your water breaks at that point.
Well,
Found
who
out
knows?
later.
Yeah.
So it was like literally so late at night. So I drove to St. James Hospital. I called both our moms. I'm like, I'm in labor. I got everybody like worked up and ready. I get there and they give you those strips to see if it's amniotic fluid. And they were like, this is urine. You peed yourself. So I had to like call everyone and be like, turn around. I peed myself. And then they said like,
No, baby, just pee.
yeah, they said he had like rolled on my bladder and it like slowly leaked. And I didn't know. Kathy said there was one time I scared the crap out of Jen because I had gotten locked out of the house. So I climbed through my bedroom window and Jen was laying in my room. It turns out everyone was home and I was just ringing the wrong doorbell.
Kat, who is a puker, a drink puker, she also threw up one time in my son's toy box. So that happened.
Yes, I remember this story.
Yeah, it was not good. All right, we're going to wrap up. I do want to thank everybody for joining. Keep commenting and keep sharing your stories because they're hilarious. And join us next time for our Table Talk Tuesday where we will have new discussions. It won't always be gross, embarrassing things.
No.
We got topics for days, people. Make sure you subscribe to Dayna of All Trades, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kara, for being here.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Who wants Kara here all the time? Holla.